There we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our June general energy forecast for 2023. So, I am doing this from my laptop because my ring light unfortunately broke today. So, thank goodness I have my laptop, which still allows me to go ahead and come live with all of you. And so for this month, the first thing that I just got an impression of for this month is that this is really going to be a month for us to look at everything that we've gone through over the tumultuous, like April, May type of energies that have really helped us to dig deep and look deeper at stuff. And this is our opportunity in June where we're going to have a little bit of slower energies. We are going to get a little respite, if you will, because we're going to be having these retrogrades that are going to be occurring that are going to be helping us to really get to the key points of what did I learn? How have I grown? And really just seeing that. So that is just the general energies. And I am just looking at, um, let's see, since I'm doing this on my laptop, I'm trying to trying to still figure it out here. If I can see your comments, but I don't necessarily see where I can see them. Nope, I can't necessarily. Okay, there we go. Now I can kind of see your comments. Wonderful. Okay, so, and hey, Shirley, thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. So, for this month, we have some really interesting decks that we're going to be pulling from, and I'm really excited about these. So our first deck is actually the Sacred Destiny deck by Denise Linn. Then we have another Denise Linn one with the Gateway Oracle. And then we have Sonia Choquette's The Answer is Simple. So what I feel is that we're going to start with the Denise Linn, the Sacred Destiny deck. Then we'll go to the Gateway Oracle and or the Answer is Simple. We'll go to one of those and just kind of see what which one I'm most drawn to. Now, the reason that we're going to be using the Gateway Oracle, and I will be reading the questions from the book, is because we really do need to get clear on some stuff. And so this deck is wonderful for giving us questions that we can ask ourselves and really dive deeper into everything that we have kind of gone through over, the past 2 months, the deep dives, the revelations, the different things, the different truths that we have come to in our own space. So let's go ahead and, like we always do, we're going to break up the month into our, I believe it's 4 weeks, but let me look here just to make sure, because we're not counting today. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, yeah, about 4 weeks. So we'll be doing our 4 weeks. So let's see what Spirit has for us for week 1. Okay, ooh, so we have a beautiful card there, and then we're gonna go here. Okay, beautiful. Ooh, I love it. We're already having a great start to the month. Okay, so even though we pulled the Sacred Destiny deck first, we're actually going to start with the Sonia Choquette deck. So, or at least that card. So this card that we have is Fill the Well. And again, this is giving us this invitation for the first week in June. We have all been through the mill in one way, shape, form, or another. You know, when Pluto goes, into retrograde, we are really asked to look at our subconscious. Things are brought up to the surface. And we've all done our work to whatever extent. And now Spirit is saying, okay, you've done your work and you've helped as many people as you can, but now you got to fill your well. You have to fill yourself up so that you can truly continue to be of service to others, because you can't be of service to others if you are depleted. And so this is just asking us to take a little rest, take a little respite, do something just for you. It's not for anybody else. I mean, if you want to have other people join you and that energizes you and makes you feel good, then great and wonderful. But don't do what I used to do, which is set yourself up for failure in hanging out with people that you know are only going to drain you. Don't hang out with the people that you know are going to drain you. Don't hang out with the people that you know are just going to constantly be asking you for help or, bringing you down. Hang out with the people who bring you up. If you want to hang out with someone, then hang out with those people that inspire you, those people that light you up. Hang out with those people, okay? So then let's go to our next card, which is absolutely beautiful. It's the Standing Firm card. And it says, I am noble, brave, and strong. So this, again, is giving us this beautiful invitation. Fill your well and stand firm. Don't give in. Don't be like, oh, well, I really should. If you're don't should yourself. Don't should yourself, could yourself, would yourself. Instead, simply be like, no, I'm standing here. I am noble, brave, and strong. I gotta fill my well first so that I can really help other people. And let's go ahead and let's read our questions from Standing Firm. So we can ask ourselves, is this the time for me to stand my ground? And again, who are we asking? We're not asking our ego. We're asking our spirit. We're asking the truth of who we are. This is not so much about mental computation or analytics. This is about, what do I feel right now in this moment? Whom or what do I need to face with strength and fortitude? What might be blocking me from standing firm? And if you're like me, then the thing that might be blocking you is you really just want to help people. You just want to be of service and you want to help people. And when you're not helping those people, maybe you feel like you're being a bad person. Maybe you're feeling like, oh God, I'm not a quote unquote light worker or a quote unquote miracle worker, or I'm not doing anything, so I'm therefore no longer valuable. Don't do that to yourself. Don't fall down that hole like I did. Instead, stand firm and say, you know what? I need this me time, and it's okay for me to take that. Now, we're not talking about being super selfish with it. We are talking about being selfless and saying, okay, I need this time in order for me to be of service or to continue to be of service to others. And I take that time. And then once the call arrives from my heart, from my intuition to help someone, then I will go there, because our next card is enlightenment. And remember, enlightenment is just we'll call it a place in your mind where you remember the truth of who you are and what you are and what everyone else is. So once you fill your well, you stand firm, you are reaching this new level of awareness. You're reaching this, aha moment. You're reaching that light within you. But you have to give yourself time. You have to set a firm boundary in order to reach this space of, I am aligned with the truth of who I am. And wow, does it feel good. Wow, does it feel great. Okay? So hello everyone. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. So that was week 1. So again, in week 1, we're asked to fill our well. We're asked to stand firm in those boundaries and say, I need to fill myself up so that we can reach this new level of awareness, so we can reach this enlightened state where we truly embody and truly know the truth of who we are, and we're able to embody that light that we are. All right, so now let's go to the second week. Ooh, beautiful. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. And our last card, please and thank you. Okay. Wow, again, beautiful cards. So, our first one is wisdom. Okay, so this is our wisdom card, and this wisdom card is telling us that once we are able to fill our wells, stand firm, and reach this new level of awareness, we are going to be able to truly share our wisdom. And what is wisdom? Let's really kind of define wisdom. Wisdom to me is crystallized experience, which another way of saying is you have gained the lesson, or you have gained knowledge, you have gained experience through going through an experience, and you now have that in your problem solving repertoire, and you're able to share it with others in order to bring them up, in order to help them in whatever way, shape, or form. And we have to, and it goes so perfectly with this next card, which is cherish yourself. I accept and I love myself. And something else that I get from this card, along with the wisdom card, is it's telling us to cherish our wisdom. You don't have to, know everything. You don't have to have like special wisdom. There are those people who are on their deathbeds who are like, you know what, my one regret is I didn't live life to the fullest. And here's what I want to tell you: live your life, be in joy, live life. That is wonderful wisdom, and we have to cherish the wisdom and the experiences that we have, gone through. And we have to be willing to tell ourselves the truth. We have to be willing to not only tell ourselves the truth, but also embody that truth to the best of our ability, valuing our wisdom, valuing the truth of who we are. And I know you're going to hear me say that all throughout this reading, because that's what I feel like June is. June is this month to really get clear with yourself. Like I said, we've been through the eclipses. We've been through all this stuff. We're still integrating a lot of it. And Spirit is giving us this month to be like, okay, now is the time to integrate. Now is the time to bring everything together. And the reason I keep saying value the truth of who you are is because valuing the truth of who you are means valuing the light that you are. And that's what we want to value, that light. So let's see, what questions can we ask ourselves in regards to cherishing ourselves? Like I said, I was going to read from the book because I can't memorize all the questions. So is there something blocking me from truly, and this is something I'm adding, from truly valuing my wisdom? Is there something blocking me from truly being honest with myself? How can I cherish myself even more? How can I cherish the experiences that I have been through instead of seeing them as something less than an opportunity for divine growth? Oh, thank you, Spirit. That was a good one. In what ways do others benefit if I nurture myself? So again, in what ways do people, let's see, what's the best way to put it? In what way you cherishing and loving yourself, how can that help another person? How can that be of service to another person in whatever way, shape, or form? Oh, unfortunately, Lisa Gomez, this is not something for one card readings. This is just a general energy for the month. So if you want a personalized reading, you can go check out the pinned comment, which is my website, and you can check out my monthly prescriptions. So let's see, that's week number 1, week number 2. So again, week number 1, we're focusing on filling our wells, standing our ground, putting in those boundaries so that we can reach a new level of awareness, so we can embody more of the truth of who we are, be enlightened. Okay? Then on our second week, we get to see the wisdom that we have gained through everything that we've been through. And that means also learning how to truly cherish and love who we are and the wisdom that we carry, and telling ourselves the truth and being able to embody more and more of the truth of who we are, and asking ourselves those questions that I already said. Because half of those were channeled questions, so I can't tell you what I said, because I can guarantee you they will be completely different from what I have already previously said. So now let's go to week number 3. Like I said, this month, June is a much slower month. Spirit's given us an opportunity to really get in tune. That's what all these retrogrades are about. Remember, retrogrades aren't bad. Retrogrades in astrology just mean, hey, take a step back and take a good inventory. Ooh, okay. And I felt like there was another card that wanted to come out. Ooh, that's beautiful. Okay. So then let's see what we have from our Gateway Oracle for the 3rd week. Okay. And then our last card. Okay, again, 2 more cards. All right. So for our first 2 cards, what we have here first is Gateway. And with Gateway came happiness. So again, I really like that these 2 cards came out together, because it's already telling us. So we have a potential gateway as we fill our wells, as we stand in our truth, value our wisdom, cherish ourselves. We have this gateway open to us to really step into happiness, to step into truth, to step into joy, and to step into playfulness. Like I said, we've been through the ringer, and now Spirit is saying, hey, you know what? You've been through it. You've seen what needs to be seen, and that's the thing. It's not that Spirit is testing anyone. It's not like Spirit's like, oh, I'm going to test you to make sure you're ready. Spirit is only giving you the opportunity, because that's all that Spirit is ever doing, because Spirit is in service to life, just like life is in service to Spirit. It's reciprocal. It goes round and round and round. So Spirit has only given us all the opportunities that we have needed in order to see where we have judgments, where we're still triggered by stories. And it says, okay, you've been through this. Now this gives you the gateway to this happiness, to this new way of experiencing yourself, so that you can reveal your radiance, like I've been saying for the last 2 weeks. Revealing your radiance. My light illuminates the world. So let's see, what questions can we ask ourselves about revealing our radiance? How can I shine even more brightly? Who helps me shine, and who dims my light? And not only, you don't even have to go with who, but you can also just be like, well, what situations dim my light? Do I need to stay with those situations? Do I need to continue to dim my light in those situations? What do I need to clear out of my life so that I can shine even more brightly? Which then, you can't make this up, because this is our next card. Clean up your mess. Looking at your different thoughts and beliefs that are they're still there. They're still kind of like, they're still a little tacky. That's the word that's coming into my head. They're not like super sticky, but they're still kind of there, and you can kind of play with it, so it's kind of tacky. And so we're cleaning up that mess. We're still doing that work. And something that Spirit is telling us is, if you want to get out of that mess, or you want to raise your vibration, you want to shine even more brightly, listen to music that brings you up. Again, Spirit isn't here to punish us. Spirit isn't here to test us. Spirit isn't here to put you through the ringer. Spirit is in service to you, and it wants you to reveal your radiance so that you can be happy through this gateway. And it's just telling you, you got to clean up some of your mess. You still got some stuff on the floor, and you just need to clean it up a little bit. That's all that it's asking you to do. And then it's telling you, hey, listen to some music, dance a little bit, have a little bit of fun. Because sometimes I think on the spiritual journey, we tend to take ourselves a little too seriously, and we don't need to. Don't take yourself so seriously. Yes, do you have shadow work to do? Yeah, but it doesn't have to be this big, heavy, like immense thing. Yes, may the experience that you went through be heavy in the nature in which it was. That's the word I'm looking for. Um, hey Giselle, is the nature in which it was experienced? Yes, it may have been heavy, but you don't have to take that heaviness with you. Okay, you don't have to take that heaviness with you, and that's what Spirit's giving us this invitation for. So now we're going to go to our last week in June. Beautiful. Okay. Okay. And our last card. All right, so we're actually going to start with these two cards. We're going to start with our last two. So our first one is be patient. So again, this month, things aren't going to be going as fast as you want them to go. I mean, there may be some speed behind things, but it's not going to necessarily be at the speed that you want. Spirit is giving you this invitation. Be patient. Know that everything is working out for you. Know that Spirit is working behind the scenes, because patience doesn't mean that you're sitting on your thumbs. Patience means that you are willing to let Spirit tell you when the time is right to act. Okay? So that's all that patience is. It's just a Spirit saying, cut the wood, get the water, do the work, so that way, while you're doing all that, I'm getting everything ready for you so it can be easy and effortless. It's only when we try to push things and make things happen that things don't seem to necessarily go the way we want them to. Then Spirit is giving us a beautiful invitation to turn on the light of our spirit. Spirit saying, turn on the light of who you are. Embody that light of who you are. Be willing to see a situation from the light of who you are. How do you do that, Spirit? I ask that you show me this situation, this person, this event, whatever it may be. Show me through your eyes. Or Spirit, I could see peace instead of this. Or Spirit, there is a different way to see this. I don't know how to see it, but I'm willing. So many different ways to invite our spirit to turn on the light, because our ego, it's going to come up and it's going to be like, well, things aren't moving fast enough. That means, bad things are happening. It means I'm not meant to do this. Let me tell you, I have had that record in my head, and it's not a fun one to replay. It's really not. So Spirit is saying, turn on the light of your spirit. The moment that those feelings start to arise, do you want to know what it actually means? Because feelings don't just come out of nowhere. They don't just be like, oh, and I'm here. They come from us making a decision. We've already made the decision, which is what the emotion is, and that emotion is merely telling us that we have either made that choice, or we have made that decision with our ego, or we've made it with Spirit. We know we've made it with Spirit when we feel peaceful, when we feel happy, when we just feel like, and we know we've made it when the ego, when we feel hesitant, when we feel like, oh my God, everything's got to get done, I got to get it done, I got to get it done, and hasty and anxious and worried, and we play with wishful thinking. Oh, I wish this would happen. I wish that would happen. Oh, if this was only different, oh, life would be so much better. Oh, if this would just happen now. Then we know we've made it with the ego. Another way we know we've made it with the ego is that it's always going to be about the end result. It's always going to be like, if I just had this, then I'd be happy. And Spirit says, you can be happy now with or without that. Whatever it is that you are searching for does not make you happy. It only adds to the happiness that is already within you. That's all that it does. And so then Spirit asks us to dwell in truth. I stand in the light of truth. So again, standing in the light of the truth of who you are, standing in that light. And so let's read some questions that we can ask ourselves about dwelling in the light. Is there an area of my life where I'm not living in integrity, or where I'm not shining my brightest, where I am shying back, where I'm not quite being as authentic as maybe I could be, or, I should be? And what do I need to do to be more in accordance with my deepest truth? Is there anyone who isn't being truthful with me, and do I need to take action in regards to this situation? Okay, so that's what we can ask ourselves about dwelling in truth. And I think that question goes perfectly with the first two cards. Then what we have here is purification and healing chaos. And again, the purification card is simply telling us that we are still going through this sorting process and seeing what is valuable and what is not. The healing chaos rises up because it's saying that there might be some stagnant energy. And again, because Spirit is in service to life, you are a part of life. So that means Spirit is in service to you and you are in service to Spirit, regardless if you acknowledge it or not. Spirit is going to bring opportunities to bring that stagnant energy up. And the way I like to look at stagnant energy is like this. So let's say that when I was 10 years old, I went to the zoo and I scraped my knee. And so now anytime I think about going to the zoo, that memory's triggered because I didn't fully let it go. I didn't let that emotion go, or I didn't let that story go, and I wasn't seeing it in the light. What I was doing instead was, let's say, I was just carrying it around. So it kind of becomes a stuck energy. And it just keeps on going around and around. Events will come, it'll ping against it, life doing its job and saying, hey, you got this stagnation here, and remember, you're part of life. You're always unfolding, and you're not unfolding right now, so let me help you out. So that's what, Spirit is asking. It's just saying, hey, like, that's what I'm asking. And that's it. So we acknowledge it. And then as we acknowledge it, that's where the healing comes in. There's that beautiful Rumi quote, the wound is where the light enters. And that's all that's ever happening. Spirit is constantly helping us to go through this beautiful transformation, to exceed our own expectations so that we can continue to share our gifts and be free to do so. And to be free to do so. So that is, we'll call these our bonus cards for the month of June. Which is freedom, sharing our gifts, exceeding expectation, and transformation. Because let's be honest, we're all still on that journey, in one way, shape, form, or another. Very nice to see you as well, Yvonne. So, again, let us just kind of do a recap for the month. The first week, so the first full week, so I'm talking about, so the second will be Friday, the third, the fourth, the fifth. I'm talking about the 5th of June. I almost forgot what month we're in. The 5th of June, we're going to be working on filling up our well. That means doing things that are just for us, that fill us up. And if we want to, we can be with other people in that. Like, not a problem. Spirit's not going to yell at us and be like, no, you got to do everything by yourself. It's got to be all alone. Spirit says, oh, sorry, Yvonne, I'm not doing, what is the word I'm looking for? Personal card readings. This is just a general energy forecast for the month of June. So that's what we're looking with June. You can go hang out with people that inspire you, that help you, that lift you up. Don't get into that trap of yeah, playing with people who you know, like you're already sabotaging yourself, who you know drain you, who you know just are going to be asking you for help or advice or whatever it is, you know it's going to happen. You're just like, oh, okay, thanks so much. Thanks, but no thanks. Hey, Elaine. Oh, no worries. So then we have standing firm. We're setting those boundaries. We're saying, no, I'm going to take care of me. And I'm not doing it selfishly because there's that SNL skit, and I'll see if I can find it and then maybe post it underneath this video where all these ladies, like they're at a spa and they're like, oh my God, I'm taking care of myself. And slowly but surely, like the things get crazier and crazier. Like, well, I, um, spent my husband's credit card money. Ha ha ha, self care. We're in bankruptcy. Ha ha ha, self care. Tight, like that was the joke that they were telling. And so we want to stand firm in our boundaries of this is what I'm doing for me. We're not doing it from that place of selfishness, but from selflessness, saying this is what I'm doing for me in order for me to continue to be of service to others, which helps us to reach this new level of awareness, this enlightenment, because we have now lit ourselves up from within. We have filled our own wells. We are feeling good. And then we move to the second week, which is all about us being able to share and cherish our wisdom, to tell ourselves the truth, and to dwell within the truth of who we are, to cherish what we have learned and what we have gone through. And then in the third week, we have this gateway to happiness, this gateway to help us to reveal our radiance. But, we still got some stuff, some tacky stuff that we still need to clean up our mess. And Spirit saying, go listen to some music, do something to help you raise your vibration as you are clearing this stuff out. Again, we also do have a full moon tomorrow, so that could be another reason why this releasing mechanism is kind of prevalent through the reading. Then we have be patient for our last week. Be patient, turn on the light of your spirit, dwell within truth. We have our purification, which means, again, purification just means we are doing this sorting, or the Course in Miracles calls it a sorting through of what is valuable and what is not. And then we're going to have a little bit of healing chaos, but that's okay because we're going to be able to see the light. And then we also have some underlying energies of transformation, freedom, exceeding our own expectations, and sharing our gifts. So that is the month of June. That is what our forecast is. I thank you all for joining me. I thank you for being here. And since I did do my live today, you will not see a reading for the weekend. Instead, this is just our overall energy for this week. And I would say go ahead and start filling your well. Start looking at your boundaries. Is there a place where you're not standing firm in those boundaries? And just really, really paying attention to that. And yeah, so thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you all starting again Monday, as I always do. If you're part of my group, a part of my Wix group, from Awakening Miracles, you know that you'll be receiving your Monday morning video. If you're a part of my group, if you're interested in that, again, you can just go to my website and you can just go to the front page and there's a place for you to sign up for my group. It's free. There's nothing to it. You just sign up and there you go. And then, of course, I come here and I'll post my other stuff for Monday as well. But if you want the personalized group message that's just for the Awakening Miracles group, you do have to join in order to see that untitled YouTube video. And if you have any further questions, comments, or concerns, or if you're interested in booking a reading with me, feel free to go visit my website. The link's right there in the pinned comment. I learned how to do that. Pretty impressed with myself for learning that on the fly here. And again, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I send you all of my love.